Hey, what's going on? What's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? It's Robert Walkner here with another CoinOpTV live and interactive. On today's show, we're going to be talking about Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, more specifically, the new Season Pass DLC that has dropped. And I got a special guest to join me, my semi-co-host, semi-guest. It's Dan, a.k.a. Disney Dan, a.k.a. Bricks to Life. Good to see you, sir.
What's going on, CoinOpTVers? You're my favorite group of people ever. You have such a handsome leader, and then you're all just such wonderful, beautiful people sitting at home watching this stream.
Let me give some shout-outs. We are live. Could be bumps, there could be bruises along the way. I'm running the controls. We got Ryan Skaratak, the 8-bit gamer. I think he's in chat, just spammed his YouTube channel. Click there, TMP, Toy Movie Game Bros. We got more people coming in, Dragon Rider. So I don't know if you guys played Lego Star Wars Force Awakens yet. Dan and I are heavy into the game and enjoying it. Where are you at so far?
I have it's funny. I like to play when my nephew comes to visit, and he hasn't been around in about a week or so. But we love playing. And we just love running around the adventure worlds. He loves the adventure worlds way more than the stories. So we're just collecting the bricks. We're having fun. And I try to, when he's not around, I try to unlock as many characters as I can so that when he comes around, I just love sitting there watching him play because there's like over 200 characters in this game. It's incredible. I love it. And there's some deep cuts like we're about to talk about in some of these new character packs. So I'm super stoked. Have you been playing on your live streams, Rob?
I played a little live stream in here and there. I guess I'm about 40. I think I'm about 46%. Right now, I've completed the whole story, but side missions and some of the open world stuff, collecting some carbonite and some gold bricks, stuff like that. And it's really fun.
Yeah, it's such a great game because I think Lego games are great in a particular way because they set the stage for like kid gamers to really get into that, like completing the game, 100%ing the game, because it's not easy, but it's easy in a sense that all the ways to collect the gold bricks and the characters and stuff aren't super difficult, but it takes time and it takes dedication to like 100% this game and all Lego games. And I think it's kind of rad that it forms like a great foundation for like the trophy hunters in the future that are going to get all the trophies and get all the collectibles and get everything in each game because you have to hunt, you have to be smart and find all the cool stuff. So I love Lego games for that. So yeah.
Yes, yeah, I'm with you on that. Your feed might be stuttering, but make sure you don't have anything in the background running. I'm going to get a graphic up. So we're going to talk about 2 of the Season Pass DLC that dropped. Let me get my first image up here. Sounds like my garbage man or something's outside. You guys might hear some of that. So first off, we got the Prequel Trilogy character pack. Allows fans to play as select characters from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I see some more people jumping in chat. Jose and Angel and Ant TV. Shout out to you. So, let's start off, Dan, with the first character here, Darth Maul. Probably I started with the one I was most excited, most anticipated to check out. Dan, have you gotten a chance to play with some of the prequel characters?
Yeah, I have. I haven't played with all of them yet, but I've kind of like dabbled here and there in some of the more iconic ones, particularly with the prequel characters are just. Darth Maul is one of the ones you just can't not play as, right? So he's pretty rad. I love the double lightsaber.
Yeah, double lightsaber. He's fast. It looks like when I was tossing my lightsaber, I was trying to figure out a way to throw both the lightsabers. It looks like it just kind of throws one. If you figure out a way to throw both lightsabers, I think that would be kind of cool. Although it leaves you a little defenseless, but got some cool moves to him. So that was really cool. Where do you stand, Dan? Do you lean more towards the light side or the dark side when it comes to Star Wars?
I lean towards whatever character will get me that gold brick, Rob. That's what I lean towards.
It's all about the gold brick. I think I got about 60. I think I have about 60 or 70. I just unlocked a couple of new worlds, so I'm gonna maybe try and do some gameplay of that. The elusive gold bricks there.
Yeah, in terms of him throwing just one's lightsaber, a lot of times these characters are very, like, the attacks are very one note and they don't have a lot of variation. And it's kind of hard because there's over 200 characters, so you can't really be going too crazy detailed into each character and giving them special moves and abilities. So, you'll notice that a lot of these characters are sort of like reskins of each character, just with cool new looks and cool new sabers and stuff. But yeah, I couldn't figure out how to throw both sabers. I think he's just a one saber tosser.
One saber tosser. And of course, these again are from the Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, the Season Pass DLC. Is there a way to get these? You can buy these without having the Season Pass, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that everything that the Season Pass gets, for the most part, is available to anybody who plays the game. They just have to pay for it separately, and I think they end up, if you add it all up separately versus the Season Pass, you end up paying a little more. And I think maybe with Season Pass, you get stuff a little bit earlier, too. I'm not 100%. I'm not a big season passer on my gaming, so
yeah, it was the first time I'm really diving in myself on the season pass for the Lego games. So I have a hard enough time just figuring out how to access this stuff. Like, I'm used to games just automatically downloading and upgrading, and I was messaging you late at night. I'm like, where do I go and stuff? So you got.
How do I find this? How do I find that?
You got to go in the library.
Yeah, they don't make it easy to find some of the stuff. So I can imagine kids, that aren't all that. Although I can't say that, because kids know how to use a PlayStation better than you and I probably do. So here we are, two old men being like, how do I download this?
Yeah, I guess this is the bad thing of being a grown man playing a kid's game, is we can't figure out the interactive the interface of it. So, all right, let me get on to the next graphic here. So we got so that's Darth Maul looking cool. Somebody in chat said, "Rest in peace, Darth Maul," because he had a little afterlife, on the Clone Wars. So then we also got Anakin Skywalker in parentheses damage. So what's the story with the damage? The prequels, I've seen them each couple of times. I'm not the biggest prequels fan, but when is he damaged, and when is this taking place? Is this the second?
This is from his the third movie. This is from his battle with Obi-Wan.
Okay, I was thinking that maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit of a limp to him. His shirt's ripped. Got a rage face, ready to destroy, I guess.
He's got a little bit more than a rage face, man. He's got like a nasty face.
Yes, the nasty face there. Super Saiyan in chat says, rest in peace, Anakin Skywalker. Yes. So have you had a chance to play with him at all?
No, I didn't. I was like, I took a look at him, and I was just like, oh, great. He looks all mangled up, just like, he does. And then I just moved on. So, I took a look at all of them, but I really wasn't running around playing with most of them. I'm sure my nephew, when he comes over, he's going to love Damaged Anakin. He's going to be so thrilled to play with this guy, because who doesn't love Anakin,
So there's a couple lightsaber wielding Jedi. Then we've got Padme here. Who they listed as Padme Naberi. I don't know if that's how you say it. I guess that's kind of her real name or something. She's got her pseudo name, but she has a blaster and hair up and kind of like a little bit of a ponytail. What can you tell me about this Padme?
It is kind of boring. One note. I can't remember what her other skill is other than ranged. But hey, it's Padme. Who cares? Next. Let's just go right to the next one, Rob.
Next. All right, moving right along. And now we've got probably my least favorite character out of the bunch, Mr. Jar Jar Binks.
The infamous, the legendary.
Who has juggling. So when you do his idle animation, he'll just start like juggling some.
It's funny you mentioned the idle animation, because I have to really give it to Lego and TT Games, because some of the idle animation, they have a separate idle animation for every one of these characters, and sometimes multiple idle animations, and they're super fun, and they really do portray the character really well. So I dig these animations, and yeah, he gets all clumsy in his idle animation.
Now, I played a little bit with Jar Jar, just as out of curiosity. He's got melee attacks, nothing really range. He's a little slow. Something he could do is he can go sort of underwater, kind of like Akbar. So, of course, that's kind of cool. But Akbar has great melee and a blaster weapon, so I'm not quite sure what benefit using Jar Jar would be, and can accept like alliance missions, because he's sort of like this weird like in-between character. So I'm not sure, is there a benefit to playing as Jar Jar in this, other than maybe to get him killed over and over again?
for some people, that's probably the only reason why they want to play with them. But it's great to have. There's a limited number of aquatic characters in the game, and there's a couple of aquatic gold bricks. So it's good to have an aquatic character. And I think Admiral Akbar is one of the main ones that they kind of show you. Oh, if you want an aquatic character, you got to go Admiral Akbar. So it's nice to be able to for some people who are just starting to play the game. Instead of having to go through all the trouble to unlock him, to just be able to grab Jar Jar from their season pass for sure.
All right, and we've got another character from the Phantom Menace is Walt Watto here, who's I guess
it's Watto, man. He's like the slave owner from Episode 1.
Yes, he's the one that sells off. What's the origin? He sells off Anakin to.
Yeah, well, him and Qui-Gon go at it a little bit. I enjoy the Watto character. He's a slime ball, but he's fun.
Now I was surprised at how big he was in this, and he didn't really fly. Like, he kind of hovers just above the ground. He didn't really sort of fly too high. Let me get the graphic back up there. So did you play a little of Watto at all?
Yeah, I did. I kind of roamed around a little bit, and it's Lego, Rob. You can't be surprised at the scale of the characters. They're all supposed to be like minifigs. You know what I mean? So they're all giant or tiny or relative to their minifig size. So Jabba the Hutt threw me for a loop when I first played as him. I was like, he's a little tiny, but yeah. So he's a fun character though. Nothing to write home about unless you're like a major fan of the Phantom Menace Episode 1. So.
Yeah, nothing to get too excited. Theo in chat says, nice haircut, looking swag. Thank you. It's got a little bed head there. Also, shout outs to Dan's beard, looking swag.
Thanks. I just got it all tidied up recently.
Somebody in chat asked earlier, Dan. So Dan does giveaways. Somebody was asking if you picked a winner for the Lego Green Lantern. Is that
Green Arrow?
Green Arrow. Yes.
Yep, I got a Green Arrow. He's a guy named Taylor K1, and now I'm giving away some Lego Dimension Frisbees, and then stay tuned because we're about to give away some more awesome stuff from Lego Dimensions Year 2. But yeah, someone won. You can check out our Twitter page to see the winner, or our Facebook page.
All right, exciting times. All right, let's go on. We got a couple more characters here. So we got the assassin, the elusive assassin, I guess, Sam Wessel. If I'm saying that right. Some of these I never really pronounce out loud. I'm not a big fan of the prequel stuff, as you can tell. But is this a good look for the assassin? Because she's got sort of different looks to her, right, Dan?
Yeah, it's a background character, extended universe character. There's nothing really fancy about this, but for some of those like extended universe, like really deep cut, this is a really great example of a deep cut character. Like, what characters can we really add in that like only diehard fans will really know about? So there you go.
All right, and we got a couple more. Captain Panaka, and he's got a blaster, and
looking cool.
Cool hat to hide, in case he goes out in the desert. He's got the little flap on the back there to hide him from getting sunburn, which is something
I think it's just the Naboo like captain hat, isn't it?
Okay, the Naboo captain hat.
Yeah, I think he's like it's like the Naboo like army uniform. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if any other background characters in the movie was wearing one of those hats, but yeah, there you go. There he is.
Nothing too exciting with this guy, right? Just another soldier with a blaster. Is that the deal?
Yeah, I mean he's a pretty prominent character in the prequels when it comes to like Naboo politics and such. But particularly in Episode 1, he was kind of a boss. But it was just another character with a blaster. No one plays Star Wars games to play with a character with a blaster. They come for the lightsabers, man.
Yeah, the lightsabers, and if they have like just melee only, like Jar Jar, that really brings it down a notch.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay, so then the last one, we got Jango Fett. Now, I think Jango Fett brings a little bit more to the table because he's got a blaster and he's got the rocket jetpack, I guess.
Yeah, he can do that temporary like flight boost thing, and he can take bounty hunter missions, which they're kind of sprinkled around the various worlds. So Jango Fett's great. A lot of people love Jango Fett, and he was a pretty, we don't have Boba Fett without Jango Fett, so it was pretty great to see him included in this because there's many people who love Boba, there's just as many people who love Jango. So
Yeah, Django, a little controversy, well, with the Django and the Boba, different characters, different actors, the Clone Wars and stuff like that. So it's always interesting when they're in the mix because then there's always a conversation to be had.
There's always somebody to complain about something, Rob.
Let's see. Speaking of complaining, Nerdy True Hero says, I know it sucks. You can only get the Jabba pack if you pre-ordered it. So is that the thing? The Jabba pack is now no longer can be purchased?
They say that. But yeah, the Jabba Palace pack, Jabba the Hutt Palace pack was available for pre-order, I believe, through GameStop. And so, if you're really desperate to get it, just hop on eBay. I'm sure for a few bucks you can grab it, But because it was just a code printed on the receipt for when you picked up the game.
And a lot of people actually toss their receipt. I get comments saying, hey, where's the code? I tossed the receipt, which is, a bad thing to do. So if you toss the receipt and you missed out, or maybe you can use that as an excuse. Maybe you can call GameStop and be like, look, can you reprint a receipt or something like that so I can get the code? Let's see. In chat, we got Implied Shrimp says, Rob, you're awesome. Okay, we want to make sure we get the positive comments as well as the questions and the negative ones. Okay, so let's move on. So that takes care. Oh wait, we got a couple ships. So we also got the Naboo Starfighter vehicle and the Naboo Starfighter micro vehicle. I don't have pictures of those. So what do you get with these here?
If you know what the Naboo Starfighter looks like, you've got it pretty good. It's a great flying vehicle, and then they got the microfighter, so the mini version of it that's playable in different parts of the game. So they're pretty cool. They're great. I love the builds. I love how they take the full size vehicles and then do the tiny vehicles. They kind of play along with it. So I mean, it looks pretty cool. Starfighter is probably one of the most iconic vehicles to come out of the prequel trilogy for sure.
Yeah, that's a nice look one. And then the micro ones, correct me if I'm wrong, the micro ones you can go over land, kind of like they work like a land speeder sort of thing. Is that how those work?
Yeah. They're kind of like mini. They just zip around in the levels. They're kind of like vehicles in the levels. So.
All right. So now that takes care of sort of the Star Wars, the Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, the prequel trilogy character pack. Now we've got new territory for me, the Freemaker adventure character pack. Let me get a little graphic up here. This is all new to me. I've never even heard of the Freemakers, but apparently they're a thing. The Freemaker adventure character pack showcases the galaxy's bravest family of scavengers from the Lego animated series. So we got some new characters we're going to talk about, but I had to kind of go online and go on Wikipedia. Watch the little trailer. Looks like the Freemakers is kind of a standalone Lego movie with a family there, and
yeah. It looks like it's a lot of fun. I was also in the same boat as you when this pack was announced. I was like, who are the Freemakers and what kind of adventure are they taking? But the more I dig into it, it's pretty cool. It's just one season long so far. I don't know if it's been picked up. Maybe some people in the chat can tell us if the Freemakers are coming back. But it looks fun. There's a lot of great humor. The Lego humor really is alive and well in this series from the episode that I watched, and it's got a great story about Palpatine wanting that special lightsaber, and the family of the Freemakers. They're scavengers. They fly around in that really awesome. The Star Scavenger ship that they use is really, really cool. And I think it looks like a fun series. I'm sure that when I ask my nephew about it this weekend, when I see him, he's going to be like, "You don't know about the Freemakers?" But I was uninformed. But it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna try to watch the whole season because it looks fun.
Yeah. If they bring this to like Netflix or something, I think it's on Disney XD, right?
Yeah, it's a Disney show for sure.
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know if I have a way to watch Disney XD, but if they bring it to Netflix, I'll have to marathon and check it out. And like Dan said, we got the special crazy lightsaber that's sort of like the MacGuffin that everybody wants to get their hands on. We've got Darth Vader's in it and the Emperor, so that's a plus. And we got some Force users, it looks like. So let's get into some of the characters here. Let me get my graphics back on the table. Okay, so the Freemaker Adventure Pack we're going to get. I'm just going to rattle these off real quick, and then we'll go through each one at a time. We got Xander, Cordy, Rowan, Roger, Grabala, the Hutt, Ram, Nari, and Bash. All right, so let's go through one at a time here. So here's Xander Freemaker here. I think he is melee. Have you played with any of these yet?
I haven't even touched them. I mean, I went through them all. I cycled through them all to kind of get a good close-up look at them. kind of like run around in a circle and then switch to the next one. But I haven't really played through any levels with them. So the nice thing, though, about them all is that, and if you're an observant player of your Lego Star Wars Force Awakens game, is that when you highlight the character up in the top right-hand corner of the screen, it gives you a great overview of what that character is good at in the level. And so, you can see what kind of abilities or missions he can pick up or start. So, just because Rob and I don't know what it is doesn't mean that you can't find out. The Lego game is really good at showing you, all the different skills that each character has.
Yeah. And when I was playing, I played a little bit with him. He seemed like he had a lot of personality, a lot of fun. It kind of reminded me of Chris Pratt a little bit. I don't know if it was just the mannerisms or
nice.
what, but somebody in chat, AnTV says, "Hey, did you guys get the deluxe edition?" I did. Dan, did you get the deluxe edition?
Yeah, man, I answered right in the chat underneath them. Come on. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, I got it.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count if you answer in chat. We gotta get it.
No, I love that golden shiny box art. Although, side tangent, the lenticular printing, what I'm talking about, like the cover of the box art that like changes when you move the image back and forth. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That is like my nails on a chalkboard. I can't touch it. It's like it makes my teeth hurt. It makes my skin crawl. I'm getting like the shivers right now just thinking about it. That lenticular, you know what I'm talking about? Particularly the sound of like when people don't even, Robert, I'm telling you right now, do not try to get it.
I'm looking around to see if I have it nearby.
Like
I didn't Dan's kryptonite here.
It is my kryptonite. It certainly is. I hate when like companies make gift cards out of it and like greeting cards and it's too much for me, man. It's too much. I can't handle it. But I did like the shiny box art underneath it, so we'll stay with that.
Yeah, it looked cool, and I like that we had a little Finn figure inside. There's a lot of question marks. Some of the packaging was a little vague for this, and I remember buying this at like midnight. People were like, "Well, wait, is it Finn inside? Is he not?" So I was glad. I was happy. I'm happy with Lego Star Wars Force Awakens. It's probably my favorite Lego game, like yet.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a pretty great game.
All right, let me move on with the
Freemakers.
Yeah, let me get back to the Freemakers. The Scavenger Freemaker. So here's a look at Cordy Freemaker. The mom. I think those are like goggles. I think she has the ability to, I don't know what it's called, but to, reveal things or see things.
Yep. Yeah, the reveal, like Han Solo has this, and Finn has it, I think, too. So, yeah, I forget what it's called, but yeah, the reveal ability with the binoculars. With the
binoculars there. And then their son, Rowan Freemaker, who in the trailer for the show, the Freemakers, there was like he was just like, "Oh, lightsaber, but cool, glowing, bright colors, gimme," and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
I want to hold it.
Yeah, I want to hold it. I want to touch it. So now, do we know if Rowan has like force abilities here, or is he?
I believe he's a young force wielder. I'm not sure though. Like I said, I have to watch more of the show to get the deets. So
and this show is canon, right? Like these characters are considered
canon? I don't know how far shows like these one-off shows go in terms of how much they are canon. I think that they incorporate some of the main characters, but it's hard. I mean, I think that I believe that the Rogue One movie finally canonizes Clone Wars because of some of the character crossover, but these little one-off Disney family shorts, who knows if they consider it canon or not? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'll be curious to see, because I always like to keep track of, what how many Jedis we have, where are they, what the Force, what's going on with the Force, if it's powerful, if it's weak, if it's strong. So moving on, we got his trusty battle droid, I guess, maybe a battle droid converted into like a servant named Roger.
Yep, a little battle droid helper companion for the family. So yeah, he's pretty fun. He's great. It's great to hear that character voice of the droid. That droid character voice say other things other than Roger Roger. You know what I mean? So I think it's fun.
Yeah, and his name is Roger, so that's there's a lot of meta silliness going on here. Now, what's the story? He's got like a fake arm, like C-3PO, and he's carrying around a mop. Do we know anything else?
Well, they're scavengers, so they finding pieces and fixing what they've got with what they got, you know. So that's probably what the deal is they probably put them together from a couple different droids to to make them. Is that a snowman in the background? I think it is.
A snowman?
A sandman, I should say. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's from the. I was trying to figure out what level it was on. I was like, I think that's a Lego Beast, but is that a Sandman? But yeah, it is. It's from the scavenger level of Force Awakens. So pretty cool.
Let's see. In chat, Nerdy True Hero says Clone Wars and Rebels were always canon. Yes, I believe that's true, that Clone Wars is considered canon. And then just getting back to Roger here, so he can swing this mop and then he can toss it also. So I'm curious if maybe use it like the way Rey has her stick, if she can like be athletic at all or anything. I haven't gone that far yet with this character.
Yeah, the stick tossing. I forget. Man, I'm having like a total brain fart moment about what that skill is called. But yes, you got it.
Once we started talking about the chalk on the hand on the chalkboard, you're like, I've seen your intensity levels just dropped a bit, Dan. We found your kryptonite, everybody. Yeah, it's drawn all my joy out of my soul. That it's taken me down a peg. I need my lead shield, or the equivalent of my lead shield. I don't know what that is, but all right, who's next? All right, we've got, speaking of goodness, we got a hut. We got Grabella the hut, which is female, right?
Yeah, Lady Hut. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Lady Hut.
I loved seeing more huts in the extended universe and all the because the huts are more than just Jabba. So I think it's kind of cool to have another playable. I mean, more or less the exact same character as the Jabba the Hutt character, but regardless, still pretty fun.
Yeah, and I think that's the first female hut, because there is another hut that's I think that I've played with a little bit in the game, but a smaller one. But yeah, we got some melee attacks, some biting.
You just got yelled at. Garbella is a male. So.
Oh, it is. Yeah. All right, forget that. Delete, erase.
Like I said,
back it up.
I'm bad. I'm bad because I don't watch the show yet. So it's on my list now to watch. So don't yell at me too much.
Yes, it looks. I gotta say, I mean, in our defense, Grabella is kind of a feminist name, and this character I played a little bit looked like it walked with a little female swagger. So that's my excuse.
Rob, that's don't hate the hut. I don't know what it is. Species. That's speciesists. So
specious, yes. How dare I, generalize?
Yeah. How dare you imprint your ideas of gender upon this hut Lego character.
All right, let me ask you this, Dan. What sex is Ram?
Oh, who knows? Ugly is what he is. He is a hot mess, that guy.
Yeah, so we got Ram here, and then I have in parentheses, this is from press release, Itochi. I don't know if that's his race or what. I don't know anything. I haven't seen the show at all. I've seen the trailer. And I think he's got a brother or twin named Bosch, kind of piecing this stuff together. Toy Movie Game Bro says female swagger. Yes, we should all have a little female swagger in our life. I think he's got some melee character. Do we know anything else about Ram?
I know that he works for Graballa the Hutt, so he's like a henchman of sorts. So, but he looks a little nasty. But that's the nice thing about these Lego TV shows and games, is that even though the characters are all messed up, they still look cute. So,
and the Ram and Bash, they both look like twins, but they have like the way to tell them apart is the little belt buckle is on like the opposite side. So I'm hoping that this is actually Ram. It could be Bash. I might have mixed up my images there, but this character here. So here's another what we think is a Force wielder. She's got the lightsaber. Narir, am I saying that right?
Yeah, she's the Jedi that is tags along with the Freemakers to make the magic happen. So she looks pretty cool. I love the character design for sure. She looks really,
and we know
really
that
cool.
she's female, right? Everybody in chat, we good with that? We agree.
Yeah, she's a lady. Don't be weird, Rob.
Now here's why I know she's a lady. All right. Okay, you ready, Dan? She's got a pink lightsaber, right?
Is it a pink lightsaber?
Is that bad? Have we just gotten thumbs down in chat? Is that...
she's apparently she's. Come on, guys! Spoiler alert! I haven't watched the show yet. Don't tell me if she's good or bad. Man.
Well, she's got a red lightsaber. Usually, kind of implies, you know,
it's implied. But she looks really cool. I can't wait to watch the show to like learn her backstory, because every Jedi or Sith, their backstories are always fun to me. So she looks cool though. I love the character design. But she's got your typical Jedi powers in the game. So you know, if you're not a particular major fan of the Freemakers series, you probably don't care that much to play with her. Or you can play with like Mace Windu, but still, it's cool to get more Jedis.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Jedis, and then we also get their ship. I guess the Star Scavenger, which is a full-size vehicle, and the Star Scavenger micro vehicle.
I really love. I love that ship design. I think it's really really cool. So for sure, it's a fun pack if you're a fan of that series. Otherwise, you know, you might just skip over it. You know, because it's, you know, what is it? You might grab it because you want to hear one of the droids say something other than Roger Roger, but that's about it. So
yeah, I'm you know, it's one of these things that much like, and even like the Force Awakens, it was like you kind of like reserve your judgments so sort of after you see it, then after you see like, all right, I know Rey and Finn and Poe and these are amazing, so who knows, like a year from now I may just be like, hey, you know, Xander, he's my go-to and Rowan's my favorite Jedi, something like that. You know, I don't know, have they produced any figures, any toys? Have you seen actual physical figures for any of these at all?
Oh, I'm sure. If it's a Disney series about these characters, I'm sure there's toys out there. Don't you worry, Rob.
We're gonna go toy hunting. Next time I'm Toys R Us, I'm gonna go up to the employee and go, hey, I want the Freemaker set. Where are the Freemaker sets? And if they don't know that those exist or they're not on shelves, then Dan and I are not guilty of you know, any misleading information, right? I'll
tell you that this because of this game is the only reason why I'm even aware of the Freemaker adventures. So I feel bad, but at the same time I don't watch a lot of Disney XD. So, you know, I guess I'm the bad guy here.
You're a Sith. That's what you are. You got that red lightsaber in your hands right now that you're kind of shuffling. I see. You know.
Oh no, this is just some silly putty, man. It's not silly putty. It's actually Crazy Aaron's thinking putty. It's way better than silly putty. But yeah, I'm a little bit of a silly putty nut. It's like my favorite thing to play with at my desk.
Cool. Well, so that sort of concludes our little bit of a preview impressions of sort of the new Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This is the first season pass that's dropped. I believe the season pass was $10, so for $10 you get some new characters. Do we know anything yet about about what's coming ahead, what to look for upcoming season pass content?
I think that there's a Clone Wars and a Rebels character pack to download, which I think is pretty rad. So I can't wait to add those, because you know there's some Clone Wars characters that I just love, and Rebels too. So I think those are, who knows when they're coming, but they are on their way.
All right, yeah. So when those come out, Dan, I'll probably do another podcast, a live talk show talking about those. Those characters I'll be a little more familiar with. Obviously, I've seen a bunch of Clone Wars. I've only seen a little of Rebels because I'm trying to catch up and finish Clone Wars before I jump into Rebels. What do you like better, Rebels or Clone Wars, Dan?
I think I like Clone Wars just because it's a little bit more lighthearted and, for my opinion, I like the animation style a lot. It's very much Disney Infinity to me, and you know, even though it came before, where they kind of came together, but you know, they didn't have anything to do with each other. But I like Clone Wars.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, let me give some quick shout-outs to the folks in chat. If you guys are watching this on the archive afterwards, leave a comment, let us know what's up. Try and ask some questions. We'll try and answer those after the fact. I see Chris, Nerdy True, Chloe, Toy Movie Game Bros, Ant TV, Sasha Buzak, Lewis, and a bunch of others jumped in the chat there to watch us chat up. It's the weekend. Tomorrow we got another Skylanders history episode with an undead character. Dan, you going to tune in tomorrow, Saturday, for some Skylanders history?
Rob, every Saturday, it's all I do. I sit and I wait to learn more about Skylanders. My least favorite Toys of the Life game. But yeah, I sit.
Oh, boy. Your least favorite? That's like shots fired. Have you ever played Sick Bricks? That's considered a Toys of the Life game, right?
No, I haven't played Sick Bricks. I'm sorry.
How How about Disney Playmation? That's a Toys to Life game, right?
I think that's considered an augmented reality game. It's not Toys to Life. I don't even let Playmation taint the name of Toys to Life. That hot mess. But yeah. So, but I hope everyone heads out to see Suicide Squad this weekend. It was phenomenal. Rob, you've got to go see it. I know that you're like you weren't gonna go out and adventure, but it's pretty good. I liked it a lot. It's a pretty great movie.
Oh, so you saw Suicide Squad?
Yep, saw it last night, and it was great. I had a great time. Lots of great laughs. Some really great cameos. Not just bad guys are in it. I'll say that. And yeah, it's really fun.
All right. Well, it's not on my immediate list, but because there's nothing else really out there to go see, I may by default have to go see it or something. So we'll see. But thanks for your input. Thanks a bunch, Dan, for joining me.
It's always a pleasure
hanging out.
It's always a pleasure to hang out with you, Rob.
Thank you, sir. And thank you all you guys in the chat and watching us on the archive for CoinOpTV. We'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.
Bye, guys.